Powered by Riverside FM.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Joseph. We were both recording the podcast and a little distracted with this Green Bay Denver game going on right
Green
now.
Bay Denver. Did you look at that? That looks like Mr. Parsons might have popped something in his knee.
Oh, I did not see that.
He's on
the ground, right? Too much. You take a little bit too much pleasure in someone being hurt, man.
I'm not taking pleasure in it. I'm just saying you spoke something into existence, guy, because you said you couldn't play for one team because you were hurt, and then miracles happen, and now all of a sudden you're back, and it's like,
Hey,
stuff happens.
Did you guys play it already?
Packers
they play tonight,
yes,
right?
Dude, we already did. Yeah, no, they play tonight. They play the Vikings.
Okay. Is it in Dallas or in Minnesota? It's in Dallas.
I don't know.
You guys will get that. No, it's at home. You're at home.
I think you would think. You would think.
If you don't win, I'll be like, shame on you guys. Shame on you. I'll blame the
better draft pick status if we lose. So it's like one of those like at this point it's like silver lining either way. Like we win, that's good.
You're like,
lose,
quit hurting us, coach or owner. But all right, let me start off with our
here are today's effing holidays.
All right, sir. December 19th, right? So I got two holidays, and then I'll explain. All of you looked at it. I found two December events coming out on today, and I was like, hey, you might as well just talk about them. Today, first off, is National Underdog Day. National Underdog Day recognizes that America loves its underdogs. Each year on the third Friday in December, we cheer on the teams and individuals who are statistically expected to lose in competition. So hashtag National Underdog. Nah. Hashtag National Underdog Day. Man, I was doing so good reading. I love you. I heard you be like, oh. You're like, oh. Were you enticed about that? You're like, oh, it's National Underdog Day.
Well, I think that's kind of a cool holiday. Like you think about it, like there's not. We celebrate winners all the time, but we don't really have something set aside for. Not that underdogs are losers, but you figure they're gonna be.
Right. Today is also National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Since 2011, National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day has grown to be an international event. Now occurring on the third Friday of December, the celebration gives holiday lovers worldwide a chance to wear their ugly Christmas sweaters. So hashtag Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. We actually wore two ugly sweaters last week. One of them was one I made for a soccer group, but we've already got that out of the way. I will tell you, coming this week, though, I get to wear my Christmas Story pink bunny pajamas. Probably going to wear it tomorrow. Sounds like it's going to be chilly enough, you know? You wear ugly sweater yet, or
I don't actually own one, and really? It's like,
yeah, you do.
It's like one of those like I'm kind of torn, like because I get it like every year you get to do it, right? But it's one of those things that I just can't ever see it. I don't know. I mean, granted, yeah, I get like you wear like you buy suits or you buy a tuxedo and you hardly ever wear those, but
dude,
I always find sweaters to be itchy.
Well, I mean, we're not like. Normally, it's not that cold down here, right? Where you can like wear a sweater. I know a lot of times when I lived up in Illinois, it'd definitely be cold enough outside, but they'd have the heater on so hot inside that sometimes like I'd be sweating with the sweater. So like they were just I don't know. Like I could never like find the optimum time.
I think that's my problem. Is like you bundle up.
Yeah.
And bundle up to go from the building to your vehicle, and then when you get in the vehicle, nobody drives with like the AC on like 40 when it's cold outside. You put the heater on, so like I'm like I feel myself. I got to take my gloves off, like take a beanie off, take the jacket off, and then you get back out of the car to go from the car to the whatever next building, and then when you get inside, you're just like, again. And so it's like, damn,
I know. Now actually, I bought a few years ago. It wasn't a Christmas sweater, but I bought a regular sweater that I hadn't even left my house. And I was already pouring down sweat. And I was like, man, this sweater is good. but it's too hot. It's like we
You
gotta
go,
make a
it
change
serves
because
its purpose, but not really.
yeah, I was like I can't be doing this. So like I feel like there's a heater in my shirt. I will admit I wore a Christmas sweater to school on Friday, and I think this is the second year I gotta retire this sweater and realize that I can't. It's not school appropriate because I never noticed it until I put it on. But
What does
there's
it
always a
say?
deer that's upside down that looks like he's drunk, right? And I'm like, and I'm walking around, I'm walking around at school like this, and I'm just like, oops. And
What does
so
it say though?
no, it doesn't say anything. It says ho ho ho. I'm like, it doesn't say anything wrong. It's
Oh,
just that like all the deer are standing up except one. He's upside down and he's either drunk or dead. And I'm just like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be wearing this to school. But
maybe.
hopefully I'll remember this then. Also, so like this is something new. I'm just gonna do it. Like, maybe if I see some cool stuff, right? Some December 19th events in Biloxi, Mississippi, sir. They're doing a Christmas Story the musical. If you feel like going. And in Houston,
Like, oh, just let me. What are you doing today? You want to go to Mississippi?
and in Houston, Texas, they're doing a drunk Christmas carol. Just
Oh,
saying. You're like, oh,
I'm all Choey and Chandler field trip.
yeah. You're like, color me intrigued. Tell me more, right?
And I'm like, oh, and then when we get after that, we're drunk. Well, the Mississippi drive won't be that bad.
Well, that one was in Houston, so like that
I
one
know, that's what I'm
isn't nearly
saying.
as far.
You go to Houston to do that, and then come back. Like once we're there, we're done. Then drive to Mississippi the rest of the way.
Yeah. Of course, by the time we get to Mississippi, I think that I think the musical would be over. We're like,
You know what? I don't
oh,
want to hear your defeatist attitude.
you're like, we don't need that. We don't need your your stats.
We're not super terrific for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, rolling on to the headline.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Chandler's Headlines. Yay! Hooray!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new segment, News from Around the World, with Joy and Jumbo.
All right, my first headline in world news. Now that I've started this, I was trying to think as I was doing the prepping, and I was like, what's going on in the world that I want to talk about? Have you heard? Did you hear how when the government was shut down, how they closed the Department of Education?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this headline says the government fires the Department of Education staff and then asks them to come back and fix the backlog the secretary still has no experience doing, right? So it's like, oh, America. It's like we're not even trying to pretend we know what we're doing anymore. So the Department of Education fires a bunch of employees, and then suddenly, surprise, surprise, there's a backlog of work. And now the government's like, hey, are you up? Like a late night 2 a.m. text, right? I miss your deadlines and your ability to read. So I mean, I've read that like it's cool that they got some stuff doing. Those people that got fired, they got something to do. But nothing's guaranteed for the job. But I just love how keep putting people in position that don't know what they're doing, right? No
It
offense
just
to
it doesn't bode well. It doesn't bode well for like the future. Like,
but aren't you, I know that I used to feel the same way when I was military. I definitely feel it now as education. I get so tired of the people that are up at the top making decisions that have no idea what they're doing. And Linda McMahon has no idea what she's doing. And she's not the only one in the education area. But
she knows how to give a stone cold stunner though, because I've seen her do something like that, like in the '90s. I remember her coming out in WWE.
I think you mean take the stunner.
I don't know. I remember her doing some sort of like cool move where I was like, yeah, beat him up. But then I was like, just like her execution was so horrible. You're like, that's not the wrestling's fake or real, depending upon what. I don't want to make anybody upset one way or the other.
We should. I should go get that highlight clip and be like, yes, this, and put it in the episode, and be like, this is what sealed the deal for her. This is why she became Secretary of Education.
But the thing is, like you lay these people off, and you're like, wait, there's a backlog of work, but yet you're saying, hey, we're going to bring you back on a temporary. What do you think is going to happen when you let them go after you've like caught up on the backlog? It's gonna get like you let them go. It's gonna happen again.
They're hoping at that point no one realizes.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, we don't need you anymore. We'll lay you off again. 3 months later, you're like, how do we get behind in work again?
Yeah,
bring him back.
Right. Well, I know that I gotta try and call the first week we're on break. I don't know if I told you this, man. think it was 2 years ago. Somebody hacked into my tax return and they rerouted my money to their bank account, right? So I didn't get my tax return like 2 years ago. And so like I've been in the process of trying to get the IRS to like to help me out. And actually like they've done their investigation and stuff, and it's like they're supposed to pay me eventually. And I'm supposed to even get interest, because it wasn't my fault. They may still be doing an investigation. But I was talking to my mom because Mother Bing retired IRS. And I was just like, hey, yeah, I didn't tell you that? Yeah, she used to be, she used to do claims and stuff. She used to do a lot of investigation. So she started there like in 86. So she did a pretty
Your
good job.
mom's nice though. Everybody says IRS people are douches, and your mom definitely tells everybody nice. Wait a second.
That's like well, yeah, because she wasn't trying to take collections or whatever. I think is what they call it. She's like, wasn't she one of those people that are like, you owe me money, that wasn't her job.
She wasn't the one that was like, pay your bill. What's wrong with you? Pay your bill.
No, she was the one that was like if there's like a scam, she was trying to do the investigation and stuff to kind of figure out what's going on. But she told me kind of like my job in the Navy, where I couldn't really. It's not that I can't talk about it. Well, I can't because it's classified. My mom would say the same thing. She's like, "Yeah, my work's classified, so I only know like bits and pieces." And I was like, "Okay," but she understands in the workings. But I was telling her, or I was asking her, I was like, "Should I still be waiting?" She's like, "No," but I remember the government was shut down for over a month.
Like, you remember there was like nobody was working, so they can't process anything.
So they're probably backlogged. It just reminded me of another backlog. All right, I'm moving on to some local headlines for me. So first off, are you familiar with Canva?
Yes.
Like more of a cool presentation stuff. So one of the teachers, like she's the science social studies teacher, she's taught the students how to do Canva, which I love doing. I love that, right? Because I've done it before in my past, like my last school. And I love these kids. They keep wanting to share Canvas, right? So 2 shared this week because we do a lot of sharing when it's snack time. And anyway, this one girl, like, she's like, hey, I want to talk about Christmas. And I was like, okay. Dude, there was nothing but Bible verses all in her Canva. And I think she wanted to share on Monday. And I was like, and so like I started feeling a little weird. I was like, man, because she's just reading Bible verses. And I was just like, so I pulled it. I was
like reading them, and she's like, if you have 2 mommies or 2 daddies, you're going to hell. You're like, oh, okay. None of that.
And so I was like, hey, we're gonna have to stop here. And I called her to me, and I was like, I'm not allowed to like read this in school. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's like, no. And I was like, well, I can't do this right now. And I was texting my I have 2 text strings with all my 3rd grade teachers, and then with my little triad. And I was texting my triad about it, and they're like, because I was telling them like, man, I'm so scared about this, and they're like, well, you're not doing it, she's doing it, so you just say like everyone has different beliefs. And then I was like, yeah, and then I had a kind of joke too. I was like, plus we're in Texas. Like if all the states that didn't get mad at the teacher for doing this, I doubt I feel like Texas would be the last one. They would be like, you read Bible, especially now that we have the 10 Commandments tacked up on our wall. Like, I don't really.
That's the thing is if the student's the one presenting, it's not your, and it's not like you were like, hey, I want you to do this and present like something about like religion types. You can do like a social studies thing about different religions. As long as you're not the one that's saying, hey, and you're like forcing stuff on them, then you're totally fine.
So the next day, I let her do it, and I just told the class, I was like, hey, this is something Haven believes in. We can sit back and listen to it. But, I was, like I said, I was nervous for a little bit. But then I was just like, wait a minute, it's not my fault. I mean, it's not my response. Well, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not the one teaching it, so I'll be okay. And then the second part of the...
She says you can't do it, and so she's like, demon and scorch you with holy water.
Yeah.
Power of Christ compels you.
And then this kind of reminded me of you. Another student presented, like, she was talking about all these Christmas movies. She started giving away like plots to every movie. Like, this is what happens in the movie. And I was just like, so I kind of wrote like a little note. I was like, Choey would love this. She's like, in the Grinch, there's this Grinch, and he had a small heart, and then he does it like he's just going through everything. I was just like, oh, cool.
Like, who all seen this movie? Not all of you.
Okay.
You got spoiler alert.
Yeah, she's like, let me tell you how it goes.
No.
Yeah. My last highlight, sir. So the teacher that does social studies science with us, it was her birthday, and I actually got I don't know how old she is. She seems kind of young. Little birdie told me she might be able to rent a car though now, so maybe she hit 25. I don't know, but so I got pumpkin pie for her. She was my, we pick names to like celebrate. One person's in charge of celebrating that person or the other
That's
person or
cool.
whatever. So I got pumpkin pie because she said that's one of the desserts she liked. Well, I sliced up the pumpkin pie, passed it. I got whippets too for like whipped cream, and so the teachers could also be. But as I'm
I was like, that's
cleaning
not what
the as I'm cleaning the knife in true Chandler fashion, I tend to I slice my finger, right? Like I don't know if you can see it right here, my middle
Oh
finger,
dang. That's
and
like not. That's like across the top. That's not like in, but like it looks like you tick off like the top couple of layers.
yeah, and dude, blood was just like the teachers didn't even know I did it because they were at the table and I was at the sink, and I didn't like I react like I snapped back, but I didn't yell out. So they're still having their conversation. And I'm trying to keep it quiet because I'm like I don't want them to know I cut my finger. I'm trying to run water on it. I ran water on it and I got a paper towel. I don't know how you. I grew up a lot of times just holding paper towels, just wrapping it around my fingers, and so I was like, oh, I just hold it, try and squeeze it, and I go to my room. Um, and I was like, I ate a little bit because we're at lunchtime, and then I was like, let me see if I can put a Band-Aid on. I didn't have any Band-Aids, and so I was like, well, I gotta go to the nurse. And I pulled off the paper towel I had, and that paper towel was all covered with blood. So I got a new paper towel, and I was like, yeah, okay, I really need to go to the nurse. So I go to the nurse. By the way, it didn't hurt. Like it's a sharp cut, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like I was in pain. But I go to the nurse, and I was like, hey, can I get a Band-Aid? And can I get your help? Because my left hand is not really great. And so I take off the second paper towel, and it's just blood is just still kind of coming out. And she's like, "Can you clean that?" And you're putting it under the sink, and as soon as I rinse it, and that blood goes away, new blood comes up. And so they
Yeah.
put gauze and stuff on it. But yeah, I got it pretty good. So I would say, but I thought it would have been kind of funny, like if I'm teaching, because I was just trying not to like imagine I cut it and I'm just teaching, there's just blood going everywhere. She's like, ah,
I was just
but
thinking, you should have told her like when she's like, "Can you clean that?" You're like, well, then what are you here for? What is your job? What?
they they wrapped it. She put gauze on it, and they have like that medical tape, you
Yeah.
know. So like it was blue and it was pretty big. So like it's puffy, and so it stands out. And so we do lunch and then we go to recess. That's our schedule. So when I pick up the kids, like it's so noticeable. Everyone's like, "What happened to your finger, Mister Bing?" And I was like, "I'll tell y'all later." Like we're walking in from recess, and people kept asking me, I was like, "Look, can I get everyone to sit down at their desk? Once everyone's sitting down, I'll say it once because I don't want to keep answering the same question, right?" But yeah, they were all the kids were like really curious, and then I told them they're like, "That's it." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cut it, guys. It's fine." But it's sensitive, man. You know what it is? Like I'm trying. You can see it's my middle finger, right? But I'm trying to like not use it when I pick up stuff, just because it like how you touch it and you're like So,
It's when you get like something hurt that you realize how much you actually use it. And you're like, dang man.
oh, I know, man, because a lot of my computers are that mouse pad, and so I
Yeah.
use these two fingers, to kind of scroll, and so now I'm having to use like not the middle finger, but I have to hold up the middle finger as I'm trying to scroll.
You know who you're just reminding me of right now? Remember when
What?
Marsh would do like the quotes, but he would do it like that, and he'd have like the
Oh
pinky out.
yeah.
And we're why are you doing the
For
third
real?
finger? Like what's
I forgot he did that. Yeah.
like what is this?
We didn't hang out with him just so we could be like, "Hey, how are you doing, Marshall?" Oops.
What's going
How you
on?
doing, Marsh? Yeah.
Like what are you doing there? What's like that? Like why do you have three? It's like lopsided. What's wrong with you?
Hey, we're getting ready to go to our break. Did you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
No. All right. Hey, this will be a short headline. I will say because I talked to White Gandalf a lot, and
Mhm.
White Gandalf's cool because he'll give me feedback on the episodes, right? And he loves all the stuff we're doing, but he's like it's like listening to Saturday Night Live. He's like, you guys have, they have your normal stuff, but he's like, there'll be a Joking with Jans every now and then. There'll be a Chappin Choey. He's like, there's a TripAdvisor. Like he's like, you never know what's gonna happen. So
What's going on?
yeah, so I go to the song. I go to the break song or the drums, I should say, and then come back with the Christmas and the ads. Right?
We say pros, gun bay, cheers, mate, and cheers, mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's Artasante, other times it's cheers, UF and hoser. We also say sade, salute, saluti, or tag a skull. Let's all say Nazdarofi in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa, makes our Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid south. In Bud Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. Taiwan says Kanpa, drink it down with pride. Then someone slams the table, next round they cry. In Thailand we clink and shout out chong. Then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's a loud Jamon. No matter the place we drink till dawn. In Israel they shout L'chaim with cheer. Bangladesh says joy hawk, raise your beer. Poland sings Nasrovit with pride. Lithuania's a Svei Karton worldwide. In India we say cheers, if you're bold. Hungary says Egesedre, don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with Alavodra, let it flow. From Ghana it's Akpateshi, let the good times roll. And Serbia shouts Chivili from the soul. Ooh, in Morocco we cry Bissau with flair. Ecuador says Salud, fiesta everywhere. And in Finland we say Kippis, raise your beer in the air. That's how Choey and Chandler cheers around the.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlackett.com. Please shop BuyBlackett.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlackett.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlackett.com today. Tell them Choey and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio, make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right. Hey, I got to ask a question. You're Chappin Choey. Do you want to do that first or do you want to do that last?
I can do it now. I'm good with that.
Okay. Let's
Should I
go.
say I'm
Let's
mad
go,
with
Cho.
that? I don't even.
Yeah.
Mine's
Take
more,
it away,
it's
sir.
honestly more like, because you hit me up with it, it's more of a continuation, honestly, because it's something that's been chapping my butt all week.
Uh-huh.
This last week was finals. And
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
courses I was teaching, we don't do a final. It's just, and I just was overly like, supportive, I guess you could say, for the students. And I'm like, hey, you know, I gotta get grades in by Monday at noon. I'll give you guys till Friday at 5. And I've been telling them for 2 weeks. I gotta do it Monday at noon. Give me Friday at 5. Let's go. And then I get students like, I had people like, I had somebody send me an email at 5 minutes before
before noon.
Hey,
Before,
can you
or
unlock
before
this one
5 on
assignment?
Friday.
Because I just finished it and I didn't realize it won't let me submit it. And I'm like, you've had all week. You weren't submitting anything else. You couldn't have checked and because it shows in the system locked, unavailable. Like it shows to where like they can't do anything with it. And then I had somebody who like sent me an email the next day, like on that Saturday, this Saturday, whatever, going, hey, I just now saw this message. I appreciate you that you let me submit some assignments, blah blah. And I'm like, you had 5 other messages in the last 3 weeks with this. Like, hey, dude, like you're failing. You got to turn some assignments in, and it just makes me like, God, dude, like I don't know what, like, I don't know what American society is going to look like in like 10 years.
Oh, I agree with you there, but I tell you what, your course seems to be correctly correctly titled, or in a lot of ways, like it's perfect for these people because it's like you're supposed to be teaching them how to manage their time because they clearly show that they don't know how to manage their time. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I'm like, dude, like my assignments are easy.
Yeah.
And you can't even turn them in, and it's not like it's like pages on pages. It's like half a page, double spaced. You could chat GPT it and then adjust 1 or 2 things, and I would never know because I'm running it through some simulator to figure or some like generator to figure it out.
They have those? I didn't know that.
Well,
cool.
yeah, like so, like you can turn on the system so where basically whenever they submit it, it has like a little checker that checks to see how if like the possibility that it's like AI generated. And I'm like, God, like you can't even just like get your effort's so low that you can't even like cheat to turn in assignments. Like, and these are the same students that like, I'm just like, dude, like in 10 years, you're going to be in your 30s or almost in your 30s, depending upon how old you are in my class right now.
I wonder, like, if you know what would be funny is if that person who messaged you like 5 minutes before becomes a professor or a teacher in 10 years and they're teaching the other kids like how to not turn stuff in, you know?
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe here, like, you know, he'll get his stuff in gear because I mean, we know that I wasn't necessarily the most studious and the most amazing, you know, person, but I come in. I think I got the job because when I interviewed, I basically like presented it and like, hey, I've made all these mistakes. I can tell them how to avoid them because I've done them. I know exactly how to avoid them. I know exactly what my choices that got there. And I came in telling the students that, like, hey, like I'm here. Like this is. I want you guys to understand this. These are common pitfalls that a lot of students make. I did. You can overcome them. But at the same time, like why not try to overcome them now so you don't waste time? And it's like one of those like, it just makes me it makes me sad. It makes me irritated too because it's like, guys, come on, man. Like, no,
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but it reminded me. So on Fridays, we usually do like an exit slip for whatever we've been doing for the week in math, and I get on all 3 of the classes, and I was just like. It's very similar to what I'm dealing with, like what you're dealing with. It's like I'm out here teaching, constantly trying to get y'all to pay attention. People that aren't listening to me, that are like playing with something or whatever, they're like, I don't know how to do this. Like, you know, like it's not even a quiz, but I was trying to teach it. Like I wanted to do it like, hey, we're not talking, so we can all answer these 4 questions. And just in my head, I'm just like, and I'm trying to go over it at the end, and people are still playing around, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like the. That phrase, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks because it's like, granted, the level of accountability placed on me is a lot less than it is placed on teachers like in the K-12 area like you're at, but it's still just like, God, man, like that the students like you talk about, if they don't get out of that habit, like they're gonna be like, you still like you as a teacher, you're a crap teacher, Mr. Bing. If these kids aren't passing, it's like, well, they don't pay attention. You would even slap them across the face to make them pay attention. I can't do that.
Well,
so you eventually pass them on, and they become those kids that come to college, and they're like, oh, we don't got to do nothing. Yeah, and it's like,
well, they like a lot of the thing is like we got to make it more entertaining in our class at my age, right? To get them to want to listen, to be able to do it. kids do better. They tend to do better when I do small group, right? Which I try, and that's why I do my flip classroom to try and get through it as quick as I can, and they can go look at something if they need to. And I'm trying to pull more students, right? But even when they're with me in small group, if they're not like engaged in it enough, or actually, those people that can, like I say, they can work with me, but they don't remember what they're doing. So then when they have to do it on their own, they're like, they forget. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, I know you could do it when I set everything up, but I should have to set every single thing up because I can't set every single thing up for you. But oh well, yeah, I know the pain. I can't imagine. Like, hey, I thought like I asked you that question, and I was like, oh wait a minute, it's not Monday yet. It's like, so it had to be like right before the deadline on Friday. I was like,
No, so
they're calling me right.
yeah, it's the deadline coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
That Monday, and so it's just like, oh, like you're making me so mad. Laziness is just insane.
You're like, yeah, I know what this is. All right, so we're going to end in on some fun joking with Jans, right?
All right, everybody, come on down to Joking with Jans. That's right, here's a game show you can play at home and try and test your knowledge and see how many more you get correct than incorrect. So stick around and have fun and laugh listening to Joking with Jans.
You know, I think you and I have joked many times. We're problem solvers, right? I feel, right? So this little game, and the link is on that last slide. It's on slide 51 if you really want to look at it. I'm not gonna project it, but I'll read it. But this is a Christmas present quiz. You know, sometimes you don't know what to get people right on the holidays. So this is gonna test our knowledge of what makes the perfect Christmas gift around the world. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll start. We'll do a couple. What do you think's the perfect Christmas gift for someone in Singapore? A chewing gum smuggling kit? Hawker Center food tour? Marina Bay Infinity Pool Pass? Or a pet Merlin?
I wasn't going to say the gum thing, but now I kind of feel like maybe the gum thing. Like,
let's see. You want to go with the gum?
Yeah, because I feel like the other ones are like weird trips.
They said it was the Hawker Center food trip. Nice try.
Like,
right,
I guess
how about
so.
Perfect gift for South Africa? A pet meerkat? Diamond-studded rugby ball? That'd be fun, right? Safari adventure or a biltong jerky subscription?
I feel like that diamond-encrusted soccer ball thing was going to be kind of a good one because you get that, you're kind of like king of South Africa.
Yeah, but I wonder if you got to think like realistically, you know? Because if you get diamonds, yeah. If I were you, I'm thinking like the Safari adventure. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
What?
Get somebody a pet meerkat. What do you want to go with, Cho? He's in deep thought, people. Uh-oh. He froze for a second. Or I've lost a little bit of connection, I should say. Well, as in true Choey and Chandler fashion, right? Technical difficulties as always, right? We got part of the game, and now we're gonna get a little more part and then we'll mash it up, you know? Dude, there was when we were recording, I didn't realize I'd lost you. I was talking and I was looking at my screen and he got quiet and I was like, man, Choey's really in deep thought on this Christmas gift. And I go back and look and I was like, oh, well, he's not there anymore. That makes sense.
And it was so quick, like it like cut, like it wasn't like one of those like, hey, buffering, and then you felt
it's just
boop, done. I was like,
yeah,
okay.
Just so you know, I'm not gonna go back and ask you those same country questions. You're gonna need a couple more.
Okay.
And whatever recorded, I'll put that in there. So I want you cheating, right? All right, yeah. So doing some Christmas gifts around the world, right? So, Choey, what do you think here is a perfect gift to give someone for Christmas in Venezuela? A baseball glove, a pet capybara, an oil painting set, or an arepa maker? I don't even know what arepa is.
I'm gonna have to go with the last
Let me
one.
look at
Because I don't know what it is.
I'm looking at a Reaper maker. You may want to know before you're like, oh.
Well, because before, like all my other guesses were like way off. Because I was like thinking like I'm like, all right, well, like perfect
It's a-
world.
Oh, huh. It's a Reaper is a mini pancake maker.
Yeah,
All right. Let's see
I
if
think
you're
that's
correct.
Christmas like mini pancakes.
Oh, you got it right. You got ding, ding, ding. You got one.
Ta-da! I'm
Joey
on the
was
board.
right. All right, I'll do a few more for our friends in Norway. Would you get them a Viking helmet, a pet reindeer, a Northern Lights tour, or a salmon fishing gear?
Now, I would want to get them a Viking helmet because I think that'd be cool. But they probably have a lot of them, so I'm thinking the fishing thing.
The fishing thing. Hey, real quick, is it? I laugh how salmon is it's spelled salmon, but you know it's salmon. You know, crazy.
It's like those
Oh, it was the Northern Light. It was the Northern Lights tour, sir.
What?
Northern
Like, don't
Lights
they just
tour.
see that from
I
like their
know.
backyard?
Well, I guess you go on a tour, man, and you get to, maybe you get to see it better. Who knows? You know.
You're like, well, this
Dude.
is from Sven's backyard, and this is from Svetlana's backyard. Like it's the same thing. Yeah.
All right. Two more, sir. What do you think is the perfect gift to get someone from Mexico or for Mexico? Mariachi band rental, a pet chihuahua, a piñata, or a taco-shaped pillow?
As much as I would love to
He's
have
like,
the Chihuahua, so I could be like the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Like I think I need a bigger box.
Yo quiero.
I'm gonna go pinata.
Piñata. I like that guess, and you are correct.
Oh,
Last one. And on a high note, you got 2 out of the 3 here today. We're going to PT Portugal. Some of these abbreviations, right? Like Norway was NO. I was like, what?
I was
No.
PT. I'm like I know what PTs. So we're by the mall.
Yeah, exactly. Then what's the perfect Christmas gift for someone in Portugal? Fado music playlist, a pet rooster. Oh my god. Paste de nata recipe or port wine.
You're not gonna be working here anymore. That's for sure.
Paste nada. Probably said that obviously wrong.
Let's go with the rooster. They might want like a for like a cock fight, a rooster. You know?
Yeah. You're like, hey, I get to say this, and Chandler can't bleep it out, right? There's nothing wrong with it. I would have gone port wine, but you want to go with the rooster, and it was port wine. Hey, speaking of the rooster, right? I was hanging out with somebody. We went to this place in Fair Oaks on Saturday, and I think it's called Roosters actually. And the waitress, she had a rooster on her shirt and a lollipop, and I was like, "Rooster sucker," and she's like, "No, it's sucker." And I was like, "Oh," and I just remember feeling like an idiot. I was like, "How did I not get that?" You know, I was like, "Rooster sucker." I was like, "That doesn't make any sense."
You should have been like, "How dare you?"
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want to speak to the manager.
Just so you know, paste de nata are iconic Portuguese custard tarts.
All right.
Some nice food there. And I'm obviously butchered the word, but all right. Hey, last thing here. I'll do this from time to time. By the way, White Gandalf, he loves our show, how it's kind of like an SNL thing now. I think I've mentioned that before, how we have these segments. And they're not always around every episode, so it's kind of cool. We got that little music behind it, or we got some new stuff. So I've actually thought of this before. Every now and then we might do like a little reading rainbow type thing where I'm going to read you something that I read that I see in school, and you tell me if you think this is dirty or if I'm just being an idiot, right?
Butterfly in the sky, I just got twice as high. Take a look in book of reading rainbow, 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 rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow. A reading rainbow, 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 rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look in book. A reading rainbow. It's fucking reading rainbow.
Does that sound good? Is it doable for you?
Sounds perhaps a little doable. I don't know if we'll have to go to this. Will have to be on the Choey and Chandler After Dark episode, though.
I mean, it's just we just read it is, right? It's just like all right, so this is from the book called The Magic Drawing, right?
Okay.
And it's about, and it actually, honestly, I thought it was a very cool, clever story, right? This kid, he draws something before he goes to bed, and then like it comes to life, the drawing, and so they kind of stuck him into the drawing, and I have to help him solve problems with his drawing ability. So I thought it was very creative, right? But there was just parts in the book actually I had it played on Epic where it was being read aloud, and I was just like, I caught some words, and I was like, what? I was like, did they really do it? They really say what I think they said? So here, I know, said the elf. All you have to do is rub it out. So Dan rubbed the dragon with his rubber. He rubbed and rubbed, but his rubber was too small. I've got another idea, said Dan. He filled the tank of the fire engine with white paint. Brilliant, said the elf, pulling the long hose so he could spray the horrible, scary dragon. Now, I don't know if you can see, like, basically, he put a big splotch of white all over the dragon's face. The next page. At last, the dragon was gone. The villagers shouted, hip, hip, hooray, for Dan and the elf. They carried the two friends on their shoulders. There was a big party, and everyone sang and cheered. When Dan got back to his room, he was worried. Now there's a big white splodge on my drawing, he whispered. Just draw something else in its place, the elf suggested. So, what do you think? Was it just me? Or were you kind of like, what the heck is this author doing?
I feel like that's very much like an adult, like the D's nuts kid story about the squirrel with the big sack of nuts, and it's like, okay, come on now. Like when you were like hip hip hooray, I was like, don't you mean like hip hop hooray ho? As we transition from Naughty by Nature's hip hop hooray to
exactly.
OPP.
Yeah. I didn't. The first thing that caught my attention earlier was he used his rubber, and I was thinking like condom or something, right?
Well, no, I got it because then,
but I didn't. But I didn't catch the before they like, and he rubbed and he rubbed and he tried to rub it out, and then he
tried to rub
sprayed
it out,
the long hose
he
all over the dragon's face,
but it was too small. The rubber was too small for his dragon. It's like, oh, okay, somebody's overcompensating for themselves a little bit there.
Yeah. Okay, so I just got something for Orkin, but
you're like,
all right, man.
Welcome, third graders, to Mr. Bing's Dirty Porno Hour.
Hey, I didn't write that book.
But you're the one reading it as you like put on like your Hugh Hefner jacket and sit by like a fake fire
with a bubble, with like a bubble pipe or whatever.
You're all right, ladies and
the
gentlemen.
opposite of we call it Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He put on his shoes.
Like welcome to the Bing Hef Mansion. As we talked about the pet of the month.
Oh, see now you are going down that Choey and Chandler After Dark.
Dude, like the
After Dark.
I didn't even like. I mean, I don't know if you were too into your narrative. I like laughed. I was like, "What the?" And I just like, rubbed it out, and then he kept going. And they were like, "Don't you give up on me."
Well, he just wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give up. He was determined to catch that chicken. You know,
he rubbed it out, and he stood up, proud and erect.
Do you remember Beverly Hills Ninja when Chris Farley was like, "Hey, yes, you chase that chicken. One day you'll be able to choke it," or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
You'll choke that chicken. All right. So, on that note, right? Please make sure to follow us on our socials, X and TikTok at Choey and Jan, CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. We're also on Threads and Instagram at Choey and Jan 2, CHOEY, the letter N, JAN, and then 2, TOO. YouTube, I was about to say 69. It's at Jandler Bing 69. JANDLER BING 969, and then Facebook Jandler Bing. So, anything that you'd like to add, sir?
No, I think we've added enough.
You're like, I can't follow any of that up, right?
Well, I was gonna say, or you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube in the spirit of
Yeah.
Peter the Rubbing Dragging Guy,
Yeah.
969, whatever.
I mean, you should be like, no wonder Chandler accidentally signed us up for OnlyFans. Until Chandler found out what it was.
I told that story the other day at work, and people are like, "How do you not know?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure. I don't even know."
I didn't figure it out till I logged into the site, because when I first heard about it, it was labeled like the website for creators, and I was like, "Hey, we create, and we just don't create that way."
Send us a picture of your feet. You're like, "What?"
Yeah. All right. Anyway, plug time.